Hey everyone, so tonight's video is based on a message that I got through my Facebook page, the Top Class Teacher System, earlier today, and it was talking about energy in the classroom, and I thought that was quite an interesting thing. It's not something that I've ever been asked before, but I thought I'd share some thoughts on the content of the message and hopefully answer some of the questions. So the basic premise of the message was that some of the students of this teacher, and I won't say her name, they had complained that the energy of the teacher and their energy didn't match. Now, my first thought was that sounds like hippie nonsense, oh, my chi is not in tandem with hers. But I think what it's likely to refer to is that the students, the way I read it, don't think that she is energetic enough. Now, I may be wrong about this, I'm not in the situation, but I've never known students complain that a teacher had too much energy. The only comparable experience I can think of was one teacher that I knew who was very charismatic, was a very big character, and would just go in and entertain the students until one day he was finally asked a question that required some knowledge, and the students quickly realised that he didn't actually have a lot of the knowledge required, and there were complaints made and all sorts. But because he was so entertaining, this came a long time after he started with the class. And my thought on the subject is that teaching, and people will disagree with this, but in my mind, teaching is 70 to 80% knowledge. That's knowledge of theory and your subject, that's knowledge of methodology, and 20 to 30% entertainment. Let's face it, we sit for an hour and a half and we watch a film. If we're bored in the first 20 minutes, we switch it off. Students also sit for an hour and a half, only they can't really switch it off because they're there. So they just sit feeling bored and getting more and more frustrated. So part of my class, I do play the fool, and I do overact at times, but certainly you've got to make yourself visually interesting. Now, there are a number of ways that you can do this. First of all, if you're not the kind of person like I am who can be very theatrical, then videos, images, props, get them using things if they're tactile learners, is a great way to break things up. If you are like me, and you do see teaching as part show, then physical humor, using your body to explain things. So, for example, I have no problem getting down on the floor to explain a point. If I think it's going to make it clearer for the students, I have no problem getting on the floor. I've been on tables in the past, and also involve the students, break the fourth wall. Bring the students out to the front and make them part of the performance. Again, if you're not a performer, then go into their space. One lesson that I taught in the past was on modal verbs. And I taught the first modal verb up on the board, and then I moved around the room and set up A3 paper, almost like boards, around the room to teach each individual modal verb. So I taught must here, I think should here, mustn't over there, doesn't have to over there, for example. And moved around the room, teaching from different parts of the room. It breaks it up, it makes it more visually interesting. Now, if that doesn't work, then you have to actually sometimes think to yourself, is it me, or is it the student in question, or the students in question? Some people will never be happy no matter what you do. Some people will take a dislike to you for no reason that you can see. And I had a class last year where 2 students took against me, and to this day I have no idea why. I don't know what I did. Maybe my teaching style didn't suit them. I have no idea. But in that case, you have to accept that it's them and it's not you. So if you've got one particular class that are complaining, or one particular class that you just don't have a rapport with, but all the others are fine, then you might have to just think to yourself, maybe it's this group. Maybe one of them has taken against me for some reason and has, I hate to use this expression because it sounds very emotive, but has poisoned the rest of them against me. And as long as your director of studies or senior teacher or principal, whoever, is backing you up, then you really have nothing to worry about. I hope that in this video I've managed to give you a few useful tips and pointers on how you can change the energy of your class. And also, I hope that if you're a teacher watching this and you've ever had a student or students that have taken against you, that I've kind of put your mind at rest. That don't take it personally. The chances are it's actually not you. It could just be that the students have, for some reason, taken a dislike to you. That's it for this video. Please remember, if there are any topics that you would like me to cover related to teaching English, then please let me know. I'm happy to do them and post them on my YouTube channel so that they won't just help you, they might help other teachers who are in the same situation. Take care, and I'll be back soon with another video.